come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Give praises to Jehovah, from whom all blessing and knowledge will flow. Blessing and knowledge will flow. The Village Talk Show, dedicating to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life, helping each one of us in realizing our dream at any age, any point, starting from today, day. Success. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. Come on to learn and grow. Welcome to the Village Talk Show. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. We discuss what people need to know, empowering them to learn and grow. Success is not spoken, it is done. Success is done. Come on now. The Village Talk Show. Talk Show. The Village Talk Show. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Village. Good evening. I'm waiting for my wonderful co-host. Oh, I see him. He's actually about to get on in a few. Hello. How are you, Mr. Daly? So, everyone, thank you for joining us this evening as Mr. Daly get himself up and going. It is nice to have you join us this evening. Hello, Mr. Daly. How are you?
Don't hello me. I don't know you. What's your name? I have no idea who you are.
Okay.
I have no clue that your name is Dr. Joanne Bryant. Never heard that name before. I don't. I wait. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, but your speaker's not on. Your mic is not on.
My mic is on, so I'm wondering why the volume. It doesn't say I'm muted. So, am I low?
Yes, you are.
How about now?
You could go up a little higher. Try a
No.
little higher.
How about now?
Bring it up more. Bring it up more. Bring it up more.
How about now? I can't hear myself through the headset, so let me just try this. Try it again. No.
Go a little higher. Let's go.
Okay. Nobody told you you're a great singer, except for Rudy.
Okay, you hating. You hating tonight.
Yeah,
But it's
well,
all good.
I am a natural born hater. Can't help
Of
myself.
course you are. Of course you are.
That's how my mama raised me. Right. So that's a good thing. So what's going on? How you doing?
I am great on this wonderful Thursday, rainy Thursday evening. And counting down towards the end of the year. I'm great.
Our viewership is going to be very low today. I didn't send out any flyers.
That's all good. Introduce
It-
yourself to the
it-
listeners, Mr.
it-
Daly.
it's your fault, right? It's definitely your fault. Um, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining us right here in the Village Radio Talk Show. Um, just to remind everyone that we are dedicated to empowering the community to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life through education, helping each one of us in realizing our dreams at any age, at any point, starting from today, where success is not just spoken, it is done. And so, therefore, the question is, what are you doing to be successful? So, what are you doing, Dr. Brian, to be successful?
Right now, I'm reevaluating this year. Um, Looking at different ways to approach the end. I gotta finish off strong. You know how we start.
Why you started weak?
No, it's not even.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
it's
wait.
not free.
Somebody asked a question. Where are you, Dr. Brian?
I'm home. I am home, enjoying this beautiful.
I was going to make a comment, but then you take it too serious. So I'm not going to bother making it.
Of course, be careful what you say.
Yeah, I know. Just too damn serious. Um, like you pretend like you're rich. Look at you have a grand piano in the background. Look at you. Like Let me find out that you can afford a grand piano, because maybe I'm paying you too much.
Which is nothing. Which is nothing.
Right? Maybe I'm paying you too much. Maybe I need to take a you need to take a pay reduction.
I'm not traveling as much as you. That's for sure.
I want to start off. I want to start.
Greetings, Miss
I
Empress.
hey Empress. Her son is actually getting ready to go away. So hey Jr. Hey Allison.
Safe
Um,
travels. Safe
uh,
travels.
so that about that. So let me tell you. Give me Proverbs. Actually, it's been weighing on my mind. Ecclesiastic 12. So give me that. Dr. Burns, you could look it up while you're at it, right? It's weighing on my mind when I came in today. I don't know what it says. Let's see, Ecclesiastics 12.
Mm-hmm. Verse what?
Um, wasn't really. It just the whole scripture kind of came to me while I was thinking about what Bible verse to use.
Did you
So
just guess?
let's
You just guessed and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this."
not. I like to think that it came to me than me guessing.
Okay.
I don't even know if there are 12 books in Ecclesiastes to begin with.
There
So
is. There
there
is.
is. There is. Okay. See.
Good
So
evening, Sophia.
let's see what it says. Let's see why it's weighing on my mind. Remember your creator in the days of thy youth. Oh, I could see why it came to me. I actually could exactly see why it came to me.
Okay, which version are you reading? You're reading the
New
Amplified.
English version, New English version, New International version.
So let's try NLT. Don't let the excitement of your youth cause you to
What's
forget.
NLT? I don't
New
want to read no. I don't
translation.
want to read. I don't want to read no new translation. I want to use either King James or International version. I'm old school. I prefer the
You know, there's so many different versions to the Bible.
yeah. I know. There's so many
Okay.
different versions to everything in life nowadays. But go ahead and read.
You finished being rude? Thank you very much. Don't let the excitement of youth cause you to forget your creator. Honor him.
I did not tell you not to use that version.
I want to use that version, okay? Let me finish with my version.
Nobody reads that version though.
Honor him in your youth before you grow old and say life is not pleasant anymore. Remember him before the light of the sun, moon, and star is dimmed to your old eyes, and rain clouds continually darken your sky. Remember him before your legs, the guards of your house, starts to tremble, and before your shoulders, and the strong man stoop. Remember him before your teeth, your few remaining servant. Stop grinding, and before your eyes, the woman looking through the window, see dimly. Remember him before the doors to life opportunities is closed and the sound of work fades. Now you rise at the first chirping of the birds, but then all their sounds will grow faint. Remember him before you become fearful of falling and worry about dangers in the street. Before your hair turn white like an almond tree and bloom, and you drag along without energy like a dying grasshopper. And the caper berry no longer inspires sexual desire. Remember him before you near the grave, your everlasting home, when the mourners will weep at your funeral. Yes. Remember your Creator now, while you are young, before the silver cord of life snaps and golden bowl is broken. Don't wait until the water jar is smashed at the spring and the pulley is broken at the well, for then the dust will return to the earth and the spirit will return to God who gave it. Everything is meaningless, says the teacher, and completely meaningless. Keep this in mind. The
Oh,
teacher
wait,
is
stop.
considered wine.
Stop the conclusion of the matter. No, I got you. I just wanted to stop you at verse 8.
Consider wise, and he taught the people everything he knew. He listened carefully to many proverbs, studying and classifying them. I'll stop right there.
Yes. Well, Kitty. Okay, thank you. So, amen. And the word of God is already blessed, right? So I'm just, Selah. So one of the things I now see why it came to me today. So somebody in one of my group chats, they sent me a little boy preaching, and he was talking about, not only adults should praise the Lord, but um, young people should also get up and learn to praise the Lord at all times. And knowing that you start at young and then you continue to grow, but don't wait till you get older for you to honor God. So it's just very interesting that that's something I was watching today, impressed with it, and then that scripture came to me this evening without even thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you 100% up front. I know the Bible, but I don't know it like that, right? And so that was just kind of interesting. But it also you make sure that people remember that you need to honor the Lord at all times, young, old, sick, strong, but also most importantly, don't wait till you can't do anything to honor Him for you to get out and honor Him. So it's quite interesting. Um, it's kind of funny, like sometimes when you think of something, how you know God opens up certain things to you that you wouldn't otherwise have thought of, right? So everything kind of goes together for good. So that's very exciting. Um,
Absolutely. How was your day? You asked me
yeah,
about mine. How was your day?
yes, I'm drinking coffee, right? It's coffee. It's instant Nescafe. You know what they serve in Jamaica and in the West Indies. And as a matter of fact, when I go all around the world and I travel, um, they serve instant coffees, Nescafe. I guess
Hmm.
they're making billions of dollars all around the world, and we need to buy some stocks in that company.
Yeah, and it went up. The price of that Nescafe went up.
Mm.
Tell you that for sure. The instant one, definitely.
Yeah, look at that. I'm not even looking at it. I'm just spitting truth without even knowing I'm
I'm
spitting.
talking about going to the market. The
I know what you
price
mean.
went up.
So if that went up, the stocks also go up too. So the couple of things, right? Let's talk about the traveling. So for everyone out there, okay. So I like to talk about the fact that I like to travel, and Dr. Brian and John always uh, go at me when I go talk about traveling. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be very clear to everyone. I travel the same way I travel. I've said it so many times. You can travel the same way, the same exact way. There's you utilize
Your points, you said,
your
right?
points, and you look for deals,
Mm-hmm.
right? You look for deals when they're coming up. So you go on like cheaptickets.com, you look for deals. You go on delta.com and look for deal. You shop on Delta Sky Miles when you're purchasing things, even if you're using your own credit card or your own money or whatever, and you shop on these different things, and then you build your mileage. Once you build your miles, you get to travel. So like you have 40,000 miles. Like sometimes it's, oh, you have 40,000 miles. How do you get 40,000 miles? You spend 40. No, I don't spend $40,000. You look for bargains, right? So for example, if you refer a friend and they're able to get the credit card, the going offer might be 25,000 points, 15,000 points, 10,000 sky miles, 10,000. For example, I bought a one-way ticket for three people to go somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 24,000 points to go to Florida, one-way ticket, and it's $6 in taxes. So I paid $18 to go to Florida on money that I already spent. Right? It's how you look at it, right? Um, and then I have the points added to the lounge, so I also get into the VIP lounges
Mm-hmm.
where you get your breakfast or your lunch or your supper, depending on the time of the day that you are flying. Right? You get a hot breakfast, hot coffee, hot everything. Some that you pay $40 in the airport for, $30 in the airport for. or even less, but you also have the comfort of sitting down, have the internet, chilling, waiting, having a glass of wine if that's your thing, watching television, watching the sports with no stress, a clean bathroom, right? Nice, your own space, and depending on where you travel to, you could even get a shower. Um, as well. So you can, let's say you go international, you go to Europe, you get a shower that you can go in and take a shower, right? Low to no cost. So like I was looking today,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw something, right? Nescafe brand had a jingle. Dan sings. Yeah,
What's the jingle? I don't know the jingle.
right. Maybe yeah. Dan has the throat thing. So I don't know if he can sing anymore or can write the words in or something. Maybe we could come to it, right? So when you do that, right, when you do all of those different things, you get
Mm-hmm.
to travel. I joined a couple of websites now that said, "Let me know when the deals are coming up." So like I saw going to Bogota. My wife was just telling me that today. Bogota, Colombia, $300 round trip going to Colombia. So
Know what? It must be nice being retired to travel. I love it.
but
I
no. I plan it around vacation time. Sometimes I travel outside of vacation time, but I travel around vacation time. I look for it, what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for something. We're supposed to go away next week for Christmas.
of course.
If you travel
I
on
was gonna
Christmas
ask
Day, right, on Christmas Day is the cheapest day. That and I said it earlier, Jet and January 2nd are the cheapest days to travel. Now, January 2nd, everybody goes back to work, but Christmas Day, you can travel and you offer that week, you travel then. So it's actually, you look at off peak times to travel when there's vacation.
you.
So, are you planning in advance, right? You use like your timeshare, right? Or you like, those kind of things. So, utilize things that, um, when you travel, like I'm not there to spend $2,000 for something I could spend $800 for, right? Like, um, now there are things that I'm gonna have to do that's very costly. So you plan ahead. Like Olympics is something that I really want to go to,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you plan ahead. You know the Olympics is coming in 2024, right? So it's 2 years away. So the moment that the flights come up, you book your flight.
Mm-hmm.
You get a group of people together, get an Airbnb. You put that together, you split the cost, and you book the Airbnb a year and a half out.
So, um, maybe the Olympics. I'll tag along with you for the Olympics.
Now you're just saying all that crap. How about FIFA? What about going to FIFA? That's a whole bunch of crap. But
Ooh, talking crap. I'm talking crap.
yeah, you're talking crap. You ain't going nowhere. Um, um,
All right.
but,
Anyway,
but if you are Olympics though, like you talk to the wife. She's the Olympics person. So FIFA is the big thing right now. Like everywhere I go, everybody's watching FIFA. My wife is like really big on Lionel. Uh,
Lionel from France.
no, Lionel from Argentina. Whoa.
Okay.
Mbappe is from France.
Okay.
But
So,
anyway, they're going to the finals on Sunday.
yeah.
Argentina versus France. I want France to lose.
Ooh,
Um,
why? Why are you being a hater?
because they weren't nice to Haiti.
Okay.
Hence the term
Okay. Good point.
Haiti kind of go together. So I'm rooting for Argentina, the
Okay.
Argentines, um, and so that's what I'm rooting for. I was very crushed when Brazil lost.
I think a lot of people were. I saw a guy break his TV because Brazil lost. I'm like,
That's
really?
that's that's an old footage.
That don't make no sense.
That was an old footage like a couple of years
Okay.
ago. That's it. It just resurfaced. The guy breaking his TV. Thought he took his TV, throw it on the floor. Is that the same one? Took the
No, the
TV,
one punching the TV.
yeah, punch the TV, threw it on the floor, got mad. Yeah,
I didn't see it throw on the floor. It was just like, what? Are you
yeah.
nuts?
I saw the one with the dog, but the part that up where the dog is like jumping when they say goal and stuff, jumping up like a mad dog.
So before we got on air, I was looking at good evening, Miss Carlene. Before we got on air, I noticed that there was a conversation about Tesla and
You know, I got to look up. While you're talking, let me look up there. Andre, can you look up the price for me, the stock price on the
Musk
report?
selling all the stocks so he can try to keep up with his social media. Would you do that?
No.
Is it do you think it's more competition between Amazon having Washington Post and he wants to have a social media to compete?
Well, you know, one thing, though we don't read a lot, um,
Mhm.
though we don't read a lot, one thing that never goes out of style
Mhm.
is reading.
Mhm.
Right. So because it doesn't go out of style, it behooves us to have the literature component that people will always read.
Mhm.
Right. The car fades, but the in print conversation will always exist. Right. So things will always be readily available for people to have access to. So you can always make a lot of money when you put things in print because people will always go back to it and read.
Mhm.
It makes
So,
sense. Rupert,
well, he no longer
Rupert
is.
Murdoch made billions from.
Well, he's no longer a billionaire. He
Uh,
was Musk. He went down. He's no longer a billionaire.
oh no, he's not no longer a billionaire. He's a billionaire.
No,
He,
no, no, no. He was downgraded. He was
it,
downgraded.
Elon Musk, right, is more than he might be not a centrillion, centibillionaire. Maybe he might not be that, but he's definitely a billionaire.
He went down today.
Again, he might not be a centillionaire, a centibillionaire, like not worth over 100. Like he was one of two persons, like him and Bezos. So I do now. One of my at the company net worth. What's his name? Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk net worth 2022,
Mm-hmm.
$176 billion. Will you tell me he's no longer a billionaire?
164.
Well, it might be he might have lost a couple of billion, but he definitely is a billionaire.
Especially selling off his stocks.
It doesn't matter. He has so much money. Let's see, Bezos, net worth Bezos, right? Bezos. He's the other centil. He's the other. Jeff Bezos' net worth is $115 billion. So I think they're one and two, but he's one by far. Like it's funny when you think of Bill and Melinda Gates
Mm-hmm.
were worth billions, right? And then um, all of a sudden, these guys, he's also a centibillionaire.
Well, look at the FTX guy.
Oh, he's worth nothing now. He was worth a lot.
Bankman.
Sam Freed.
He was worth. Yeah, they had him. He was,
He
talking.
was worth $40 billion.
Mm. And now he's a.
He's a poor man like me and you. Kumbaya, man. Um,
Well, he's
Most of
in
his
jail.
wealth.
I'm not in jail. You're not in jail. So we're not on the same level right now. Unfortunately, he did. They said his Ponzi scam is worth than the guy who passed away.
Bernie made up,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, he's gonna serve life in prison.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at all these people that invested into that, like their whole retirement funds. And I understand, but it's ridiculous.
What do I preach on this show? What do I preach on this show? Diversify your portfolio. I preach
But,
it like there's no tomorrow.
but you know what? You figure more attention would be paid and they would monitor the market more intensely after Madoff. That didn't happen.
But remember, it's a new type of investment, right? So it's because it's new. It's not so you get in. It's like kind of like when you have a new patent, right? When you have a new patent,
Mm-hmm.
you get in while it's hot. Like so, you have the new patent.
It was a free for all.
Not free for all,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a new patent, so you cornered the market.
Okay.
So he cornered the market until other things came out, and then all of a sudden now there's an investigation, right? There's an investigation into what is happening with what he's doing, right? So now you have some major components and major losses, right? So because now of their competitors. So if that makes sense, right?
So he's the ex-CEO of crypto trading FTX. He was arrested. He was hiding out for a while, but he was finally arrested in the Bahamas
Right.
for the multi-billion-dollar implosion of FTX. So now, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York shared a sealed indictment with the Bahamian government, who arrested him and will send him back up here.
So one of the things a little bit what he did that was so illegal, right?
Wire fraud,
Because it's
securities fraud.
But by the way, people, these are all legal terms for people use when you commit a federal or international crime, right?
Conspiracy.
Right. But okay, stop using those damn big words, right? But it's just if you do something, if by the way, for all my listeners out there, a conversation on the phone is wire fraud. If it's illegal, that's illegal. If you bring something across state line, it's trafficking, right? That's actually
like carrying a gun from Jersey to New York.
Carrying a what?
A gun from Jersey to New York.
Yes, it's drug trafficking if you don't have the legal permission to do so.
Absolutely. I didn't say drug, I said gun.
I said if you don't have the legal permission to do so.
Right.
Right.
And many times people don't have legal permission to do so.
Right. And it's also like we don't even have to go as much as gun. If you travel with tobacco from South Carolina, North Carolina to New York, it's trafficking, tobacco trafficking. You can go to jail.
Fireworks too. Down south,
so,
right?
All of these things are just fancy names to say that you're in across state or a national or international lines. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that he did anything different than like if I did something illegal on this line right now, because I'm reaching people from all over the world and they're contacting me and we're having a conversation. It's illegal. It's fraud, right? And it can raise its level, right? And we all commit crimes. Most of us commit a crime unknowingly, commit a crime, right? Like when somebody sends you, another example is when somebody sends you pornography, right? And child pornography, and you accept it and send it to somebody else.
Right? Why would you do that?
No, it's innocent, right? It's innocent. Like you can't believe this. So you sent me something, and I'm like, oh my God, this behavior is so egregious. Let me send it to my wife, right? Can you believe this really happened? Right? If somebody looks at it and they can charge you with child pornography, distribution of child pornography, even though it's not what the heck you were doing.
Well, I wouldn't share that. Period.
It's not about, I'm not saying that I would or would not, right? That's not the point. The point that I'm just making is that sometimes you do things innocently, right? But because you don't know that you're committing a crime. So I'm just telling everybody out there, somebody sends you pornography, especially if a young person, or it's questionable, don't forward it. Because if you forward it, you're committing a crime. As simple and as stupid as it is. Child abuse, right? Those kind of things. So sometimes when they put all these fancy words in here, like when you're writing up a student, I hear a teacher comes up to me and go, "I got robbed." No, you didn't get robbed. Stop using that word. Rob means a direct interaction with somebody who tells you to give you their belongings. That's what robbery is. Pickpocketing, you leaving your stuff behind callously, is not robbery. But we like to use that word because it enhances to the naked eye the situation that happened. So I feel bad for this dude.
Why do you feel
I-
that? No. What did you
No.
say? What did you say?
Wait, hold on. I just said I feel bad for this dude, right? I feel bad for him because he did something that was stupid
Mm-hmm.
and beyond stupid because he's now going to spend 20 to 30 years in jail.
Okay. He was enjoying the life when he raised $1.8 billion from investor.
Statements like those, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the problem I have, this is where I have a problem. That line, raise funds for his own personal benefits.
1.8
But
billion.
he grew wait. You know how many people made billions of dollars off the cryptocurrency?
And you know how many people made money off of the funds when they were given the COVID checks, and many of them are going to jail now and paying back or whatever.
Yeah, because what it's called, it's called greed. That's what it's called. It's called greed. I always tell people, it's not black, white, brown, Asian, yellow, or pink. It's called green. Green is like you think you can make an extra dollar and you can't satisfy with 90 cents, right? You got 99 cents, but you need that dollar. So you're going to do something, seems good. And again, shout out there. Before we forget, John didn't tell us which one of his daughters, but
Good evening, Anne-Marie. Good evening, Ruby.
right, I don't know which one of them told us which daughter it was for John, but his daughter has a recital tonight, so congratulations to him. Good luck to her. John, let us know which daughter it is that has the recital. It's showing up. Yeah, so a lot of times these people, and you're right though, Dr. Brian, there need to be better regulations, And again, people, stop trying to do get rich quick schemes. If it's too easy, it's too good, it's too wrong. Period. You know how many young people meet up with a dude or dudette, and they're like, "Yo, I could deposit this much money into your account. All you got to do, I'll hit you off with a little something if you cash this check."
Good evening, John. How are you?
Right.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Right? I know at least 5 people who got caught up, and you know what I realized too.
What?
Now that I'm saying this conversation with you, it's mainly women.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
No. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Hear what I'm saying. I'm not making a sexist statement. What I said was, I've known. Now I'm thinking retrospectively, right? The bank fraud, where they say, "Cash this check for me," and when you cash the check, I will give you a cut of the check. All right, which is fraud. It's embezzlement, right?
So you're saying who? Mainly a woman. A woman is a victim.
People that right off the top of my head, because I know personally 5 people who got caught up with that transaction, and the dude is telling the dudette to do this, and they follow through, and they get in trouble. I mean, the dudes get in trouble too, but I'm just saying what I have observed. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen to everybody. I'm just simply saying, so especially young ladies, right? Let me see, 1, 2.
So you're talking about the women are being the victim of the scam.
It's not victim. I hate when you guys use it because it's a woman. It's a victim. It's not a victim. It's greed. It's freaking greed. You're greedy. You want money.
Listen. I don't
I,
do that.
I hate when you like all of a sudden it's a woman, so she's a victim. No, you're not no damn victim. You saw a chance to get some easy money, and your friggin' palms are up, and you take the goddamn money. It's simple.
Mm.
It has nothing to do with male or female. It's damn greed. Greed. Right?
Right.
It's a different conversation when somebody says we're gonna do something together, because that happens too, right? So we guys are more ambitious. We want to do A, B, C, D. I know somebody right now who owes me a lot of money because I was overly ambitious. Two people owe me a lot of money because I was too overly ambitious. And they took my money. Right? Because I was overly. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about.
Yo, Roger,
So,
can you lend me some money since you gave it away like that?
you know what I'm saying, John? Shoot. Right? But I'm just simply saying that has happened. So it's like all I'm saying is like, we got to be careful out there on all ends. That's all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with women, nothing to do with men.
No.
Right? It has everything to do with greed. We're greedy.
But you brought up the fact that 3,
Yes,
4,
for those
5
small
females.
things.
That's why I was saying.
But those small things were women. I got took for over $20-something thousand. I'm a man.
As we would say, sucker.
Yeah, there you go, John. Exactly. Right? You get what I'm saying? Some guy that called up. I know somebody's got a male that called up for $25,000. Think about it for a second. You in your state right now, somebody call you up and say, "Give me $25,000." You gonna do it?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Me?
I'm talking to you. Yeah.
No.
Okay, exactly. Right? Somebody said to you, "Yo, I know how you can make a quick $200." What are you gonna say?
I'm not interested.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
And
How
that's
we gonna make the quick 200?
I'm not interested.
Yeah. Right.
That means problem.
Yeah,
And I
because you're on the show right now and you're paying attention. Quick is no good. So you're learning. Right, John? John, you're finally teaching
stay away
yourself on the show.
trouble. I stay away from trouble.
Yeah,
I don't.
we know your answers. We know your answers.
Yeah.
Hi, Anne Marie. How you doing? John, you're late. Why you late? Empress said, why you late? I just told you why he was late. Unless I'm seeing this message a little bit later after I explained it.
It was a lovely concert. Thank you.
Which daughter was it? Which daughter was it?
The youngest.
Yeah, it sounded like a Joanne's answer. What instrument was she performing, or was she
performing violin?
Violin. Awesome,
Yes.
awesome.
Chamber violin.
Did she ever sing a solo?
No strings, pure strings.
This is awesome, John. How comes? I'm glad that she probably took care of her mama, huh? Because you ain't got no damn talent. Don't worry. When you see my sons dance, you're gonna say they took it after their father because they can't dance. Just like so don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Because daddy can't dance a lick. Andre, is today Freestyle Thursday?
Yeah, it is.
It is Freestyle Thursday. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, the phone lines are open, 718-841-9980. You could bash John about why he's late or why he's so cryptic about the violin, which he can't play. And Dr. Bryant, how come John, you see Dr. Bryant's apartment? You see the backdrop? Look at her apartment, John. The grand piano right here. Look at that kitchen. Now you see it? You're muted, John. You're muted.
I said, lovely.
Yeah. I definitely want to be like Dr. Bryant when I grow up. So I'm a little bit pissed, Dr. Bryant.
About what?
Brittany Griner.
Oh, her being released last week.
Yeah, I'm pissed off.
What that they gave?
I'm glad that she got released.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad about that.
But they should have said both instead of one.
I don't think it was a fair trade. I think she got released.
Yo, Roger, everybody talks about a fair trade. You only can get what you can get. If Russia said that's all we're offering, are we going to take it or we're not going to take it? That's it. Everybody can play Monday morning quarterback until they are put in that position. So they would have said Brittany Griner or the arms dealer.
About,
We just said no arms dealer, no Brittany Griner. So we said, okay, we'll give you the arms dealer, but we want Brittany Griner and Wheeling. No, you only get one.
Now, I wonder why they did not want to let him go.
Because the whole issue with him is spying. They believe he was a spy.
So
They know Brittany Griner's charges was bullshit.
You traded a basketball player for an arms dealer versus an arms dealer for a spy. Explain to me the math.
It's not about math, man. It's about what you can get. That's called negotiations. What you can get at the time.
What was that word you called me, John, earlier? When I told you about the money, what did you call me? What was the word? Sucker? Was that the word, John?
He wasn't a sucker, man. He wasn't a sucker.
Yeah, he was.
So, Roderick, Roderick, you are Biden. You're the president of the United States of America. You make the deal. All right, Roderick, hold on. What's the deal? Either you take Brittany Griner or you get nobody.
I'll take nobody because I'm not sitting about.
Okay.
Well,
thank you, Anne Marie. I appreciate that. Your sister is taking very good care of me. Very, very good care. So, hello, Sophia. Thank you. Taking good care of me.
Your wife, because she's doing an amazing job in bringing you back to health.
I wasn't talking about my wife in this particular case, but yes, she's doing
Oh my God.
I was talking about Sophia. All right.
I was saying kudos to your wife.
In all seriousness, though, I was being a caretaker is one hard job.
It is, especially for you.
No, not even just no.
Overall,
you have no idea. First of all, you're completely giving of yourself.
Yes.
To be there for somebody's beck and call, right? Because the mental strain and the physical strain is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I went to the doctor today, right? And today's my normal. So by now, every other Thursday is my normal visit. I have one sister there. She like caters to her brother. Like if he sneezes, are you okay? So it's like she's almost giving up of herself. All right. Almost completely. My wife, my mother-in-law, my mother, my father, and every time I do that, and I hate when I do that because if I forget somebody get upset.
Listen, the village took care
of you. No, I can't say the village either because when I do the village, my wife gets upset. So I have to make sure that.
Why? No, immediate family, but also you have village.
No, I understand that, but I have to actually give her credit.
And we mention her number one.
Right, got you. So it's like it not to be. It's literally. You can't even go to the bathroom with the door closed. I have a private moment. Now, I'm dead serious. You can't go to the bathroom with the door closed because if something were to happen, right? Right? Thank you, Simone. Simone, I need for you to get on John, not on me. Get on John.
Even harder being a caretaker of Roderick, which is true.
Right? But you can't even go to the bathroom. Seriously. You have to. It's like when you're taking care of a 3-month-old baby. Like literally, the baby's in the bassinet right next to you while you shower. It's that serious. And so I have to give kudos to all the caretakers out there. Those the unsung heroes, the HHAs. Like people don't even realize how hard that is to be in the HHA. A babysitter. Those things. But anyway, John, go back to what we were talking about.
See, thank you, Simone. The village is the host of people who assist him. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree with that, Simone. 100%. I agree, 100%. But John, my thing is like with the Wheeling and the Bout and the Griner is America has to say, what are my core values, right? What is important? All lives are important. Right? Mm-hmm. Right? All lives are important. So, but you also got to weigh, right? Like I had a conversation while I was at the doctor today with the nurse, right? And the nurse was like, they should have a doctor in the ambulance, right? So when an ambulance comes, there's a doctor there to administer treatment. I'm like, no, the doctor can't. Better you send an RN, but not a doctor. Why? Because the doctor's responsible for a hell of a lot more patient than the one in the ambulance. Okay? The person in the ambulance wants the doctor. But that's why you can't make that. That's why I can't make that statement about me. Somebody else has to make the statement about me until it's their turn. Right? So when on the outside, John, go back to you. On the outside, the family of Brittany Griner is excited that Brittany Griner is home. But the fact of the matter is, the trumped up charges that Whelan is dealing about is significantly greater than somebody who actually had marijuana in a country that you're not supposed to have it. It's not like people fail to realize that she actually did commit a crime. Granted, the crime is
but it was a crime in that country. But the magnitude, it wasn't worth a 10-year sentence. Right. It was all Brittany. The Vladimir Putin found this was a golden opportunity for him to get the arms dealer out because of Brittany Griner's notoriety, NBA celebrityism, and that's what it was. He took advantage of the opportunity, and this is what it was. And it was the consistent outcry from.
Yeah, he felt pressure. He felt pressure. The president of the United States felt pressure.
And
no, he didn't feel pressure. Putin didn't feel pressure.
The President Biden, I'm talking about.
Yes.
Biden felt pressure.
And she became a pawn of war. That's the problem.
That's all exactly. You hit it right on the head.
But you gave up a pawn for a queen. You give up a pawn for a queen. Seriously?
Exactly.
I'm going to take
That's what it was. No,
and give you a
pawn, the pawn for the king.
Yep. Because guess what? You're still going to end up paying no matter what. We're going to end up sending money to go and defeat Putin. But guess what? You're sending money. You're letting the arms dealer out. He knows what to do. He knows where to attack. And we're back to square one again. Where if they had let out the guy, Putin is nervous about what might come out. We should be nervous about
again, the guy is charged with a crime that was fictitious. As of right now, all reports points to the fact that it was fictitious. So there was nothing in the crime that he did, as it's proven right now. At least that's what we know. She actually committed a crime that in their country is a crime. Now, and she knew it was a crime going into the country.
But we're gonna
it's not like they didn't know that she didn't know that.
Roger gets a crime, but at the same time, 10-year sentence. No, there's no you can't equate that crime. As you said, the time doesn't fit the crime. Bottom line.
Right. Simone says, I honestly believe we're being biased. Let's call a spade a spade. If the tables were turned and a person from Moscow was arrested here for marijuana and gets 10 years, we would say that they deserve it.
I'm not going to say that part, but I hear you.
No, you know what? It could have been similar to.
I'm not going to go that far.
If you had one of those, who was it? Sergio, the ambassador from Russia, the Russian ambassador. If this was his child, and his child was, committed a crime and was looking at a long-term sentence, this could have been. We could barter that too. So at some point in time, it may seem unfair at this point in time, but it will equal out eventually. It will equal out. There will be an opportunity that if Putin wants something that we're going to be able to wage.
I don't know.
Because remember, this war in Ukraine is really, it's just really showing how everybody thought Russia was such a power, formidable foe or whatever it is. But you see what's going on in Ukraine, and you see the weaknesses in their military.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because
Point.
and to the naked eye, John, when you look at what's it, February, no, March 6th, I think is when they started the war.
Mhm.
Um, when you think back to that, you're expecting like it's a 1 day war, right? 8 months later, it's still going on. 8.5 months later, it's still going on.
Correct.
So yeah, you can't defeat a little country like, and so now I think the United States need to say, wait a minute here. The only difference, I think they might have some nuclear war going on. Um,
Let me ask you guys a question. Were you guys watching the Harry and Meghan
no,
documentary?
no.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
I,
What's the whole big thing about the Harry and Meghan?
I don't like Megan. I don't like Megan at all.
Okay, that's their personal.
So I'm not liking it because I think she made Harry lose his position.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so now you're gonna blame the woman again, right?
No, I'm not gonna blame the woman. I'm gonna blame the black woman.
Oh, thank God I'm not in the studio. Thank God I'm not in
That's
the.
why you should be in the studio, Doc, so you can see me. So you can see the village people assault. See how you assault Roderick verbally.
And physically. Right? The damn man was a good prince until he married a black woman. Just coming in, cause some interruption.
You know what? Enough of your mouth, Roderick. Enough of your mouth.
You're gonna mute me right now?
Roderick, can you
Yeah.
snip your lips? You're being an idiot right now. I'm sorry
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah. Oh!
because here it
Because
is.
what? Because
You
what?
want to look at the fact that
Look, hold on. Wait. Hold on, Simone. What did Simone say? Hold on, let me see. I answered that we're being biased. Okay, that's what Simone said. We read that. Then she goes, Roderick. All right, let's see. What? Oh my God.
Simone, you're right. Because what he just said was
Simone, you said I deserve a punch, Simone?
yes,
Yo!
yes,
I feel.
yes.
There are more people agree with me than with you.
Half of that country is racist, period. They didn't want him to
That's
marry.
a big number. That's a big number.
They are racist. A good portion of it is racist.
All right, you know what? Half of Haiti does do voodoo. How about that? John, you saw the look in her face? You saw the she saw the heave, Dr. Brian, heave some more.
Okay.
Guy.
Say something. You're comparing. It's
Hold
really
on, I think that's Simone calling. Hold on.
so here it is. They threaten the
Hold on, Doc. Hold on. Doc, calling you live.
Hold on 1 second. Can you?
Wait. Can you hear her?
No.
Simone, go ahead. It's not coming. It's not coming through the Hold on 1 second. Maybe it's this way. Hold on. Try it again, Doc. Simone.
But take the mic and bring it closer to the phone so we can hear.
I was gonna try to do that. Yeah, that's it. Try it again.
Thank you
Try
so
it
much.
again. Try it again, Simone. Yes, can you hear me now? No, for some reason. Hang up and call back. Let me find out what's going on. All right.
Thank you, Simone. I'm looking forward to a call because that stupid thing that came out of your mouth is ridiculous. Talking about, hey, you know what? The black really? She's been back already by so many.
John, I finally got her to say something more than I'm fine. I finally got her to say more than I'm fine. It was okay. It was great. And she got animated. The chest started heaving, John. Daddy called you live. I hear you.
Bring the mic down.
No, I did. I don't know what's going on in the studio tonight. I remember we had a difficulty when we were doing it before. Guys, try again, Simone.
Bring that mic that's next to your mouth.
My mic? You use my mic? Okay, hold on.
Use your mic so we can
Okay, I got you. Go ahead. How about now? No, the volume.
We'll try.
The volume is very poor.
But I think that somebody should be in the studio to pause you for a second or two. Because I can't believe you said what you just said.
Yeah, idiot.
There is nowhere on God's green earth you are going to say that a black woman
Yes.
is what happened to Harry. Because let me say something. That crown that Harry was wearing, where some of those diamonds came from.
Okay, that wasn't the point of my argument, but that's a valid point. Your point is a very valid one. That you can argue, right? You can argue with good reason that the crown represents a historical component of tyranny, of historical component of enslavement, imperialism, and the abuse of countries outside of England, right? And I want to make sure that I point out also, it makes it no different than China, than Japan, than the United States of America, and what France did, and I spoke about it earlier, what France did to Haiti. It makes it no difference whether you're in the crown or not, right? So I would not venture to make that statement.
But you open your mouth.
Black woman came down the prince. You know what that sounds like?
By the way, I'm joking. By the way,
No, ain't no joke about that.
yeah, I'm joking about that. And of course, I'm joking about that. Why would I think? Why would I? I'm joking, Simone. Yeah, I'm joking, Simone. If you really want to hear my honest opinion, my honest opinion about.
No, we don't want to hear your honest opinion.
Yeah, because you.
No, I'm gonna get my honest opinion because you know what? Sometimes I do go off the wall and I do say some things. My honest opinion is that there is embedded racism, right, in the royal family.
Of course.
That's why historically, that's why.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I would agree, especially after that comment that one of what she made. She was some kind of
Lady Susan something.
He's right.
the comment she made. Yeah.
Before I even get to that, though, right? My wife. Before I even get to that, my wife loves this British show, and it's a great show, by the way. It's called Bridgerton, Bridgerton.
I like Bridgerton.
Yeah, right. It's a great show. If I'm going to endorse it full 100. The sex scenes are a little bit raunchy, but the overall concept of the show is a beautiful thing. When I look at that show and look at the impact and the importance of blacks and blacks in the show and how the role they played in the royal component, how important they were, and in the real life situation of it, is two different things.
Yeah.
And so if you want to know my honest opinion, I think what has happened because of what the Lady Susan Hussey, what she has done, and now have to offer diversity training to the people in the palace, that's what's important to me. Just like in the United States too, like.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're still racist. They
Wait, hold on, Doc. Let me just hear what she said. Say it again. Yes, I was about to say that. You were saying something, Dr. Brian. Dr. Brian, go ahead. You were saying something.
They're still racist. They didn't want to accept the young lady no matter what. Yes, mixed.
And they're not going to.
Exactly. And that's the reason why they allow the media to attack her the way they did.
You know why?
It was during the time, let me tell you, they weren't going to like her more because it was during the time of George Floyd and this and that. And once they started.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate? Honestly, if I were her, I wouldn't have left. Me personally. You know why? Still, because
at risk.
No. Why? Why was her life was not at risk, right? Really? No, it wasn't. It wasn't at risk. I mean,
they threatened the woman. They threatened her family. Come on, man. They didn't like her. Period.
Again, so at this moment, right? This is just from a historical perspective. I personally, this is another one of my beliefs. In order to affect change, you have to be part of the change. So you can't sit on the outside and create change on the inside. You have to, I am a firm believer that at that conference table, I need to be there.
Right. I would agree. Yep. I agree.
What is Simone saying?
Wait, repeat that. Simone, repeat that. She didn't hear you. Say that a little louder. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, he's off for more. Yeah, don't worry, we're gonna remind him. But you can't cuss him. You can't cuss him in a small. Just send him a note and cuss him. I know. But I get it. Trust me. We try to get John. Try to. Oh wow! You know what, Simone? You going to Bible studies? Oh, but no, I don't want you to be gone. I want you to sit in and I want you to respond. I want you to call up John and, you know, I need for you to call out. Wait. I need for you to call out Dr. Brian too. Just don't call out John and I.
What?
But you know what? I'll correct myself. Dr. Brian, don't say anything that's gonna make you call. She's always so no. She can't. Be careful. Well, your sister been no class. You said me and John no class. So if you're implying that she's so I'm not a man of class, neither is John. Kumbaya, man. Simone, where's my food? Simone.
You always asking people for food. What is
No, not people. Simone, me I talk to.
Please. Okay.
What you said? Where my food then, Simone?
Okay. Can you please leave Simone alone?
Simone, hey, Doc, let me tell you right now. Simone, when she tell you where she a cook, she can throw down.
Okay, so go to her house and go and get thrown down.
Nah, she hide it.
Lord have mercy.
Simone, why you hiding it? You know what?
Thank you, Simone.
All right, Simone. All right, take care. See you later. Now when she be making like the curry chicken, curry goat, oxtail, beef.
I'll go back because you always switching up to food. Anyway,
Yeah.
What you say, you know.
Andre, guy, I'm listening. No. I get it. But I do get what you're talking about. But I mean, I think
even as a joke, that's not a joke because the thing is the racism that you face as a black woman, as a woman, period. But then as a black woman, that won't accept you. Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't want to be serious. Like sometimes I try not to be serious because when you become serious, sometimes it changes the mode and changes your mindset. He who feels it knows it. That's all I have to say about racism. He who feels it knows it.
Mm-hmm.
And sexism, I don't know what it's like to be sexist, to feel sexism. I don't. I'm a male. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you feel as a woman. I just don't. What I can do is recognize what you're telling me is happening to you. Like one of the things I say to my wife all the time, I can't feel what you feel, but I have to validate how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you you're wrong. Right? If you feel that way, you'll feel that way. It might not be, but you also should also take it from a perspective also that says that's not what I meant. That might not have been what I meant in terms of how you understood for what I've meant to say. But I'm not going to validate the fact that you felt like I made you feel inferior or I made you feel like you're not capable of. Because that's how you feel.
So let me say something. I could understand where Harry is coming from, where he want to remove his wife from the whole situation, given that his mother was chased by people who wanted to find out about her life every turn, every second, every it's not this it is the same when they want information and start hounding you down, where it could cause the woman to lose her life. So when they are on attack mode for his wife, I understand why he's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna walk away because I want to save my family. He experienced loss already. He don't want to experience it again. And I could understand that, especially when the apples are not the same. They didn't treat her the same way as they treated the other one.
So here's one, she's a novelty because she's black. And you enter into a white world. So you stand out, as the expression goes, like a sore thumb. Second of all, I have to be careful here with this word that I'm going to use. But please take the words. I'm going to still use the same words, but I want people to just take for exactly what I mean, which is, you know what you're getting into, right? You are
sometimes
no. The royal family, in terms of world perspective, is probably greater than being Michael Jordan. I mean, not Michael Jordan. No, forget the president. The president is nowhere near the royal family. He's important, right? He's important, but not at the same level. Maybe Barack Obama a little bit with his, the first black male to be president of the United States. But I meant Michael Jackson. Right? He was known worldwide. But the queen, if the queen is walking and she trips, it makes more than international news. Right? More than international news it makes. So when you can't even if King Charles go out in public and cut a stinker out, it's going to make the news, and billions of people are going to read it. So first thing is like in order for you to join the royal family, especially the English royal family or the families like that, right? Period. You have to have a shrink.
You have to have what?
A shrink.
A sugar?
A shrink. A psychologist. A psychiatrist. No, seriously. Because the amount of stress that you're going to face, right? The amount of stress that you're going to face when you get to that level, you can't breathe by yourself. If you don't know how to use a knife and fork, it makes the news. If you don't know how to turn off the light, read a book, greet somebody at the door, you don't know that you don't sit like this way and that way. Like one person told me something that I read, that they told me to look at. Like they sent me something to look at. When you're with the queen, if she's dismissing you, she moved the purse from the right hand to the left hand, or something like that. She picks up her purse. That tells her butler, you being there, right? You being there, not knowing that you can't do that. Like LeBron James, I think, or somebody like that kissed the queen.
She knew exactly what she was getting into. This is why she should have stayed.
Yeah, I don't know that though. There's one thing to know, is another one to succumb.
Yeah, at the end of the day, no matter how light your complexion is, you're still black.
And some people get confused about that.
Knowing they would see her as black. Period.
Yeah, period. Some people think that because
Hey Roger, just on an economical note, the gas prices are coming down. Just
yes,
want to know that.
Yes, they are.
Where are they now?
Well, three. They're low. They're mid threes. Low mid, not high mid. That they're below 350.
Well, the interest rate went up, so I don't know.
John,
It went up. It went up, but it didn't go as high as everyone like they speculated it. It
But
only
the
went
stock market
0.5%.
went down. Once it went up, the stock market went down.
Yeah. No, it went down, but then it kind of readjusted because they thought it was going to be worse. But you're right. It's still in comparison to where it was last year to where it's now. Yeah, you're right, Doc.
just to remind everyone, thank you so much for joining us on the Village Radio Talk Show. Please ignore me. I pay much more attention to Dr. Brian. Once in a while, I do have to get her started, right? Because she's just so quiet and always goes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Today I got her riled up twice, so I'm very excited about that. So just to let you know, you're listening, watching, and hopefully you're sharing and subscribing to the Village Radio Talk Show, where we do try to poke your interest as well, and to call in 718-841-9980. I want you to call up when you disagree with us. That's very important, right? Because we don't like to think that everything that we're saying to you is really what your belief is. Or send us a note, send us something. Because sometimes I will say something that I overhear, Dr. Brian, John, we overhear what we want to talk about. And it might not be what everybody's feeling, so just step in and say that. We're brought to you by the Single Parent University. The Single Parent University, it's all about you and how you can help yourself as a single parent. Where they talk about diversity training. They talk about financial literacy. If you need help, feel free to get in touch with the Single Parent University. They also provide transportation, free health, childcare when you need it. The Single Parent University is there for you. I believe, I'm doing it off the top of my head, but I think that the number you can text is SBU at 61447. And it can come up in a little bit number, so I can give you make sure that we have the right number for you. But do contact us for the Single Parent University. Also, if you have topics that you want to talk about, do let us know at the Village, on the Village Radio Show, on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, on the Instagram at Roger F. Daily _ the Village, Roger F. Daily _ Village, or you can call us up at 718-841-9980. Please do continue to share. Our numbers are growing, though they're growing slowly. We really reach you. Really do wish you fun times at the show. And thank you, John, according to Wenda, for listening. And thank you, Wenda, for listening into our show. So just moving right along, the conversation that we're having is around Lady Susan Hussey's comment to, go ahead, Andre, you can bring that number up so I can give the right number. The phone number for SBU is 646-779-6767, or SPU at 71441, not 61441, but 71441. So, Lady Hussey, and the comment is, and this is a real conversation, I'm throwing it back out there to you guys. Do you believe that she should be forgiven because she's 83?
No. Absolutely not.
No.
I think it's a unanimous no. If you can throw Bill Cosby in jail, right, because he knew what he was doing, right, and he was 80, Lady Hussey can go to jail too.
They're not gonna throw that woman
They're
in
gonna
jail.
throw the woman in jail. What did the woman do to cause her to go to jail? Come on, don't be ridiculous now.
Hey, how many years did they give Brittany Griner?
That's Russia, man.
Again, how many years did they give her?
That's not the law. Thank you, Roger.
So you say racism should be accepted at the Royal Palace? No, okay,
It's
that's
not
all.
a crime. It's not a crime to be a racist.
It should be. Speaking of crime to be a racist, I don't know if Andre was able to pull this article in. I just read
You talk
some
about a
things.
crime, yo. You talk about a crime. What's up with my man with the FT? What is it?
Oh, yeah, we spoke about the FDR. What's his name again? Freed.
Bankman.
Sam Bankman Freed, right? We talk about that. That's crazy.
That's not crazy. That's insane.
$1.8 billion. Dog.
More than 1.8
No,
billion dollars,
yeah,
my
that's
friend.
ridiculous. You know, I tell people I don't even need 1.8 billion. That's I just need 2 million.
And it's
3
people
million.
like that that give cryptocurrency a bad name.
But you know that's going to make their prices drop.
They're going to definitely regulate. They're looking to regulate cryptocurrency, which I think they need to at some point in time.
Yeah, I think
This was a total debacle, man.
Yeah, and the lack of regulation is going to make that what seems to be something that is very viable to become very worthless.
Everything needs regulation, similar to.
I don't know if it's everything, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, Doc. I don't know about that now.
Let,
About everything need regulation now.
let me
I
tell you.
think that's too blanket.
Let me tell you why. Here it is, the marijuana, selling licensed marijuana. Once they gave the A-OK for that, every store was popping up a marijuana store. So now,
I don't know. I don't view marijuana the same level of view cryptocurrency.
now they're starting to check that a lot of these places are not licensed to sell, and they're selling to younger folks, and they're getting robbed many times. That has happened. A lot of these.
It's a cash business. This is a cash business too.
There you go. So now,
I don't know. I don't know if that has to be regulation as opposed
it has to be. Somebody has to go around.
As opposed to stupidity. I mean, it's two different things. Like the first regulation to me is like it's like if you find out that instead of selling marijuana, they're selling crack, they're selling cocaine, they're selling methamphetamine, all of these different things, right?
Well, they don't have a license, but the drug dealer standing on the corner don't have a license, but they're sending them to jail. So it's the same thing. They're selling it from a store and selling it outside. What's the difference?
Because now
you know how you used to, you know how you used to go to the weed spot back in the day, Roger. You know that.
When I went to go look
that
for
was the fake candy
when I
store.
go hang out with Dr. Bryant. Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, really? With Dr. Bryant, I had no part of that. Remember,
hold on, Simone. You see why I say things that provoke her?
No part of that.
Right, like Simone, you see why I say things to provoke her because you give me answers like those.
I had no part of that.
Right? She didn't even say like, yeah, I like it, right?
Old church lady. So I was taking my lane as the old church lady.
Okay, Simone, you see why I do it now, right? You see? When you're talking about why I make that comment, that's why I make it. Because I don't say the other thing.
Hey, Dr. Bryant, you know what they say about the old church lady?
What is that?
You're a bunch of weed heads.
No, we ain't no weed head. I'm not no weed head. What do they say about the old church ladies, Don? I know you're not talking trash like Roderick.
No, what you're saying, the old church ladies.
John is not that gutsy like me.
They're like sometimes the old church ladies are more gangsters than anybody.
Yeah. Roll up the what are the knee-high stockings? I don't wear pantyhose, but the knee-high stocking. You want to mess with me? I'm gonna roll it down.
Because them old church ladies used to be gangsters back in the day.
That's all the pastors, yo. Yo, John, I tell you a joke.
Who was the godmother up in Harlem? Who was that? Who was the lady?
I don't know.
There was a godmother up in Harlem.
Oh yeah, back in the days. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
She was an old church lady.
She was an old church lady. I know exactly. I was reading about it when I was looking at American Gangster, and I was reading about her up there. That she actually taught the American Gangster. I guess I got to look it up. Yeah, but Doc, like the thing for me is again, remember we were talking about it's not the color of your skin, it's the color of money. So sometimes, a lot of times, people, the only thing about regulation that I feel is that they need to put a tax on it.
They need to what?
Tax it.
They already have a tax on it, Roderick.
No, but like a whole tax system, a whole tax code. Because what
Roderick,
happens,
they have a tax system on this marijuana stuff, brother.
not yet. Because remember, we don't even have all the licenses in New York,
Yeah, but those you grow it, you do whatever. You got a whole tax system on
right?
that, my friend.
So interesting. I would have to see some more of it because I know that it's still hard to get uh, the licensure here in New York State for it. It's funny in Florida. It's actually easier to own a marijuana store than it is in New York, and it's more illegal in Florida.
So wait, your boy in Florida is aiming. He's growing to lead the Republican Party. It seems,
Who? Census?
huh?
Who?
The census. So they're
Republic.
starting. Yeah, they're starting to push your former president to the side.
Leave the Republican Party, or
The
he's
Republic.
good. Wait. DeSantis. Wait. Back up.
Yeah.
Leave the Republican Party or create a faction in the Republican Party.
Well, they're pushing for him to run instead of Trump. They want to.
But that's not leaving. They want to ostracize Donald Trump
Well,
to censure him,
mm,
basically.
well, it's too late for that.
Well, this is all play. This is all playing into Donald Trump's playbook. He wants the dissension. He wants everybody to run. Yeah, let everybody come and run. You think he's a wounded animal? Next thing you know, Donald Trump's gonna come out smelling like a bed of roses.
What did I tell people in 2020? In 2020, when he ran for president, he had 75 million votes. All he needs to get the Republican nominee is 50% of that 75 million votes. 50%, that's all he needs. 50%.
His vice president might be running against him.
Because you know what they're concerned about, Doc and Rudy knows. The Republicans are concerned about the Republican primaries. They know that the hardcore Republicans, which Trump has a hold on them, they can make a difference in Republican primaries.
That's exactly why I
And
gave you
they
the
don't want to
right.
lose their seat. So a lot of them may say they're going to support DeSantis behind the scenes, but a lot of them are not going to come out because they're afraid of, especially if they have elections, they're afraid they're going to lose their primaries. Because if I was Trump, everybody who doesn't support me, I would give them all primaries. And the reason I give them primaries, it increases the vote and helps Trump out.
Mm.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
I just got a flyer with your name on it. Is that you, John, or another John? About the karaoke toy drive tomorrow? Is that you?
Oh yeah, karaoke toy job at the Paddock Yacht Club, putting
Yeah, that's
together. Special advisor to the mayor, Ingrid Martin, Lisa Lashley, quite a few other folks.
let me put that I'm gonna make it
Also, Winnie. We put this together to just collect some toys and just help out our families in need at this time of year.
Why are you holding out, John? Why you didn't tell us?
I'm
Andre,
glad you reminded me.
Andre, put up on the screen so we could give John a nice little shout out. Are you going to be there, John? Because I know you. You might.
Am I going to be there?
I know you've been.
I'm not certain if I'm going to be there.
Yeah, I know. I know you've been I know you're a little bit busy coming up around this time. When are you going? But Andre, yeah. So happy you changed the subject. All right. This is about the Meghan Markle thing. What was I saying to you? So also tomorrow, while I'm making that announcement, let me see if I can find the flyer in my post as well. Andre, you can bring that up too. Tomorrow, as our community board, local community board, is having a same thing, a toy giveaway and a Christmas tree lighting at the Pattagate Park, right? Not the same place that Boston and Albany have. Um, so you can do come out Christmas tree lighting and have some hot cocoa, right? Hot cocoa, some goodies. You know, you young person who have a couple hundred toys to give out to people in the community, right? So if you are able to make it, let me put that in there now. So put it in the chat so Andre could bring that up as well. A couple of FYIs. So our community board is also doing that. So you can lead from John and over to our event as well. So anyway, John, we're talking about the I think it was the marijuana licensure, right? We're talking about that.
I love what you guys are doing in the community. Shout out to you all who are donating, who are giving out to the people in need, but also check on their mental health as well. This is a season, this is a time frame where people get depressed real easily. And I know I switched the topic quickly, but I want to address that. This is the time where people get lonely, they're depressed, they're thinking of family members or whatever. Just be on the lookout for any individuals, family, friends, neighbors, people you don't like. They're showing signs of separating themselves
You
from
said people we don't like.
I
eating.
heard it. I heard that too, John.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
just check up on them.
She's talking about you, Roderick.
I know, John. I heard it too.
So just make sure you check up on people because you never know what their mental health is. You don't know what they're going through. It is a very up and down time, especially with a lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of people out of work, family members might be separated, death, whatever. Check up on your loved ones, check up on people, just check up on your neighbors. Just say a simple hello, how are you? And actually be interested to hear how they're doing because the last thing we want to hear is young folks, not only young folks, older people, younger people, just people taking their lives for no reason. And there's no reason for you to commit suicide. And if you think about it, just talk to an individual because a problem might seem magnified in that moment, but if you speak to someone else, you'll come across the fact that there are bigger problems, and what you might think is magnified and bigger, you're actually it's not that big.
Yeah, Doctor, you say that. I look at
But
that young man.
the
I
only
look at
thing
the
I
young
got,
man from Ellen,
yeah,
from Ellen show, Ellen,
Yeah,
Ellen, what is it?
degenerates.
DeGeneres show, Twitch,
Hmm.
and everybody thought that he had, he might have had it all, but you never know what demons are lurking inside you or around you.
Yeah, I literally, let me just read that post that John is talking about from courtesy of CNN. So his name's Stephen Twitch Boss, the amateur DJ for Ellen DeGeneres' show and dancer who rose to fame when he started out in So You Think You Can Dance, has died. His fellow and former wife, his fellow wife and former dance partner Alison Holker Boss confirmed in a statement to CNN, "It's with the heaviest hearts that I have to share. My husband Stephen has left us." Holker Boss said in his statement, Stephen lit up every room he stepped into. He valued friends and community above all else, leading with love and light was everything to him. He was the backbone of our family, the best husband and father, and an inspiration to his fans. So may your soul rest in peace, Stephen Twitch Boss.
And you know what's sad about that? What's sad about it is, and people tend not to do this. If someone is important to you, tell them during that time. They could be at their lowest point. They could be at their lowest point, but a kind word and a word to say, hey, you know what, Roderick? Even though you're a pain in my butt, I appreciate you.
Remember what Simone said. Remember what Simone said about curbing your language, John.
I didn't say anything. I
I'm
didn't
telling
say
you, Simone chastised both
but
of us.
you
John.
know what?
More you,
I-
more told you than
I-
me, John.
I do love you, thoroughly love you. We have a love-hate relationship, but it's more love than anything. But
Tell that Negro he a pain in your ass. That's it.
John, that's what Simone just said. I'm just telling you, Simone. Just you missed it because you weren't on the air, but you got cursed out.
oh,
Who, me?
Oh yeah, you weren't on the air, but I'm just telling you. She's like,
Tell Simone we love her.
oh, she's on the air. She can hear you. She knows you
Simone,
love
we
her.
love you.
Not we. I say the word I. I love you, Simone.
I love you, Simone.
And I'm going to change.
And I'm not going to change.
I'm telling you, freaking Gemini.
it is true.
It is true though. That,
And you're right, Simone, depression is real. And you might not even know that you're depressed. This is a time where people get down.
Especially in this season, like you were saying. One thing that I kept reading and watching was like everybody kept saying, just like his wife said, he's the life of the party. He's the this, he's the that. Those are all sometimes signs of depression, right? That people are too happy. Like sometimes they're even more kind than they are, even more happy than they were, right? On the external, because we all have to learn that you can't see the mental. You can only see the physical. So smile is physical, but what a person is thinking you can't see it, you can't hear it. So you're right. You're right, Simone. I wish Black people and Christians would stop talking about Black or Christians don't get depressed. I agree with that. I want to put one more caveat. I want to throw in the word Caribbean, right? I want to throw the word Caribbean in there too, right? Caribbean, because it's even worse in the Caribbean community that we don't like to address. We don't like to address that either, right? We don't like to. Look at that, John. I love you too. Oh, that's so sweet, right? Right? So, but that's real. Even in our Caribbean community, we fail to recognize depression and mental health. We talk about this all the time in the show. That's Dr. Bryant. Outside of education, I think they might even be on equal par when you talk about mental. We all care about mental health, but if I want to get her riled up, we talk about mental health. Yeah, because that's important. That's so important for her.
You know what? I can say this. I've been through my stint, my up and down. I have my days where I'm high, where I'm not
Hey,
high.
John, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I gotta clarify that.
John, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Ah,
John! She finally came out. Yeah, the days when you're high. And we applaud you for that. Hold on, John,
I have
hold on.
my days where I am high in spirit.
I want to be high.
So high.
I know I really and I have my days where I'm
Hey,
low.
Dr. Bryant, hear what you say.
Give me some of that, Sensei. One draw. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Brian. I'm sorry.
So I have my days where I go up and down. So I could understand and relate to people. Some days are good, some days aren't so good. And that is the truth. So checking up on someone, hey, you might be far gone in regards to you're thinking about something that might have happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago or whatever, or something tragic happened and it triggered you into into a depressive stage that you think you wouldn't be in. So that's real.
And adding to
And
that,
this season is one too.
holidays,
Yeah.
especially family holidays. So birthdays, Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Right.
Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Valentine's Day. Those 7 days in the year. Your birthday, Thanksgiving. Everybody who's listening. Your birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Those 7 days of the year are some of the saddest days of people's lives. When you look back and you see a couple of years ago around this time, Lowell Hawthorne committed suicide, died by suicide. I corrected my school psychologist not to say the person committed suicide, but they died by suicide. We're old school and we say committed suicide. I think we were
And you
still,
think and Noah Hawthorne, you think he had everything?
yeah, you did. December 2nd, 2017. December 2nd, 2017 is when he, so around this time. I want to look up Robin Williams. I want to see when he,
Thank you, Simone.
right? And he, let me see, he was early in the year. What was,
And he just and the thing about Boss, Stephen Twitch Boss, he just celebrated his 9th-year anniversary, wedding anniversary,
mhm.
the weekend. So
And
here
he's
it
a father. He's a father.
was
So,
3.
Father of three, father of
yeah.
three.
Yeah, yeah, you just celebrated your wedding anniversary. Christmas is coming up. The holidays. So you never know what people go through. It could just be one moment. Within that second of a moment, something was said that got you over the edge, and there you have it. You react, and you can't take that.
Yeah. Caller, you live?
Hi, I have a follow-up. I'm listening to you guys on the topic of depression. And, I often say to people that if you don't, you can say you understand, but until you have been there, you really don't understand what depression is. And I can talk about that from experience.
Mhm.
And sometimes some of the most happiest people that we see out there, when you really catch them behind closed doors, they're so depressed. And this is one of the times that we are really more depressed, not only because of the Christmas holidays, but it's also dark. You don't have a lot of sun out, and you have people who suffer from that type of depression, where when if there's no sun, there's no what it is, there's just as gloomy as the day is. But I can tell anybody, as somebody who has been there, wanting to commit suicide and everything, that it takes a lot to pull us out of depression. People will not understand. So one day, it would be nice if you guys, I know you guys know that the people can find an expert who can come on and let us black folks know, let us Caribbean people know that it's okay to be depressed. Because you have churches that preach against depression and say if you're living in a God, you're going to be depressed, and depression is of the devil and the whole 9 yards. But I am here to say to that individual that until you walk that walk, you can't talk to me about depression.
Mhm.
I 100% hate when people, it's of the devil. It's of this. It's of that. It's not of the devil, right? It's depression is not of the devil. It's of nobody, right?
Exactly.
You're depressed because you might have a mental issue, something that
Thank you.
that drove you to this, like obviously you talk to one day you're talking to somebody you take drugs. Unfortunately, it's not good that you take drugs, but you took the drug, and then all of a sudden it triggered something in your mental component and made you go off, right? And you're triggered by certain things. You're triggered by like you're an abused child, and so when you see something, it triggers this. You're sexually, especially girl children, right? Not just girls, but especially girl
But
children.
now the gangster boys,
Yeah,
so many boys were molested, but they kept it quiet because of the stigma that's attached with it.
yeah.
They don't
You're
molested, one who put in the label, when you're molested, period.
Yeah, exactly. And that triggers a certain amount of things because one, you can't deal with it because you can't deal with it because you're afraid of what people they're
Might
going
say.
might
Mhm.
say about you know
Right, because so much stigma is attached when they come out and say, I suffer from depression or I used to be depressed. People think like, you? We are talk about you? And people
You look so happy. You look so happy. I hate that expression.
I am not. Not being hospitalized. The only thing I refused to was take the medication. When I was in the hospital and they wanted to put me with the meds, I knew enough how to behave, how to trip them into thinking that I followed medication. And as soon as I got back to my room, it was out. I was not taking the medication because medication doesn't solve it. Medication doesn't put on a mask. It's like a band-aid.
Right.
You're covering the wound, but you're not treating it the right way. So it keeps getting more and more infected. So depression is real.
I absolutely, 100% agree with that. Thank you, Simone, for calling in. Because it's a great topic. I mean, it's a little bit off topic that we're talking about, but this is, even though it's off topic, it's very relevant to, especially this time of the year. Everybody's not going to receive a gift for Christmas. And then you have, like, that's why sometimes the New York City Department of Education say you can't do gift giving, right? Because every kid, even though they want to get a gift, religiously they can't get a gift, but they want one, but they're afraid because of religion. So now, or somebody wants to give somebody a gift because they know the situation, but they can't give it, right? So you have both, right? I want to give you something because that's what the part of the season is about. But then you can't do that because I can't accept it. I can't take it home. I can't do this because, things like that. So all those things. And again, thank you, Simone, so much. Right. Couple of things. So John, your flyer is up, so we could just go over that. We have a couple of commercials to run. One, this is my event. Thank you to our chair Bernard from Community Board 17. And as you can see to my left here is Council Member Farrah Lewis. We have a few partners which are taken up. You can't see on the flyer, but we have Flatbush Development Corp. We have Sesame Flyers, East Flatbush Village, Elite Learners. Also, looking forward to tomorrow, Padgett Park, Albany and Foster it's Albany Avenue between Foster and Farragut. I usually tell people like 1435 Albany Avenue. It's literally right across the street from there. So you can come out, enjoy the tea light and get some hot cocoa, listen to some performances, see that. And once you finish that, you can go right up to John event, which is at Padgett North and Avenue N. That's so basically those of you like, I think each 77th Street turns into East 77th and right by the McDonald's on Flatlands Avenue over there. That turns right into Padgett North. Or if you're getting off the Belt Parkway, you get off at the Rockaway exit, and then you make the left on Seaview Avenue, come straight down. It's right there. So you just come out and enjoy. Tomorrow, doors open at 8. Come with a toy and enjoy yourself on that day. So tomorrow, Friday, you have a full day of Christmas festivity for you to come out to and enjoy. Now, and before I forget anything else, happy birthday to my cousin Kevin and my high school mate Jorge Blandon. Happy celebration on your birthdays.
Awesome.
There are a couple of things that we didn't talk about today that we want to make sure we get to. The rise of we spoke about it briefly last week, but people, please be careful out there. Please be careful out there. COVID is on the rise. Right. So COVID cases have risen 50. Now, don't look at the percentage, right? I mean, the percentage is important, but the reason why I'm saying don't look at the percentage is because it's 56% of what, right? We don't want to scare you, but it's telling you that the cases have increased dramatically, right? And we haven't seen this kind of increase in numbers in more than a year, right? So please be careful. And deaths we have about 7,300 deaths. The CDC assessment that already been 13 million illnesses and 7,300 deaths from the flu this season, and expecting those to rise. And I guess it's also part of the COVID numbers. and we spoke about last week about the triple virus pandemic, the coronavirus, influenza, and RSV. And for those of you who don't know what RSV is, RSV is respiratory. What was that saying? Was
Syndrome virus.
is that what well, I'm sorry. What was that? I know it's a virus, but I was trying to remember what the S is for.
Respiratory syndrome.
Respiratory
That's what-
syndrome. Yeah.
Syndrome virus.
Right, and it's deadly, right? It's deadly, and it can be mistaken. It can be misdiagnosed as well. So Andre, is that commercial ready? I speak to you in here, Andre, because you're not in the studio. So our show. Oh, before I forget too, right? That we have a domino tournament coming up in New York at March 17th through the 19th. Right here, you can shoot an email to me.
Are you hosting it?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I actually am the host. Yes, my organization, the World Domino Federation, is the host of the domino tournament where you can win cash and prizes as well.
What type of prizes? Talk about the prizes.
You can win money. All right, you can win a lot of money. So,
No.
all right, if you participate in your team win, right, you can win money related to help you pay for give you some extra spending money after you spent out what you did on Christmas. Oh, that reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, don't let sales fool you into over shopping. Know your budget. Don't go over your budget. So if your budget is $1,000, don't let something don't buy. If your budget is $1,000, don't let your significant other make you purchase something, or your children make you purchase something that you can't afford because you want to appease them. Know that you should not put yourself in debt to make somebody else happy unless it's an emergency. Do not put yourself in debt. Do not buy that child that PS4 because first of all, you're sending the wrong message. You're teaching that child to buy things that he or she cannot afford. Don't buy your spouse a pair of Balenciaga boots that cost $700-800.
The what?
Pair of Balenciaga.
Oh, they almost out of business, man.
No, they're not. But not yet. There might be in a few years because Kanye don't represent no more.
It's not the whole Kanye thing. It's the child pornography videos that they were doing.
No, that too.
That they've been empty for the last couple of this week completely.
What? What are you talking about? That?
All right, wait, Audrey, run the commercial first, and then we come back to it.
No one's going to their store.
My name is Teresa Abbott. I've been going to Global Police for 5 years. It's a nice place. The people and the staff and everybody in here is very nice. They help us with little things, and I'm glad to be here.
What kind of activities you do?
Dancing. Sometimes I'm an art teacher. We do art. We do different things. We help each other out.
So, what's your name?
Lillian Williams.
Lillian Williams. So, Miss Williams, tell us a little bit about the social daycare. What is it like for you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Since I've been here, I've been treated like I was an angel. You know, they treat me nice. They have respect for us. You know, they take us out, and they make sure that, you know, we are taken care of good. They give us, you know.
Miss Jean and Miss Robert.
No, them two old buzzers.
She got you on stomach.
No, them two ladies there, with that
Jean
one
and
there
Robert.
and that one there, They
The
are
staff. You're
sweet.
talking about the staff.
Yes.
They
So
sweet and fine.
what would you say to somebody who is thinking about coming? What would you tell that person?
Come. They will
Invite them.
enjoy themselves. We would be glad to have them.
Invite them and
Yes.
let them see.
Tell us about the activities. Tell me some of the activities you do during the
We
day.
do bingo, we do keno, we do arts and crafts.
Those are get out at the point.
Like they have people come in, and she is one of them.
Right. So tell us, what do you enjoy most about the site?
What I enjoy, the people we like family. I really
There's
love it.
family here.
Okay.
Could get a better circus.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, so the social daycare will be coming to us here at 1330 Utica Avenue, start up next year. Look out for the orientation and the open house that will coming out right here at 1330 Utica Avenue in Boogie Down, Brooklyn, for the adult social daycare. Right, and you could always reach out to me. You can reach out to the Village Show 30 at gmail.com if you want some more information. Village Show 30 at gmail.com. Making our young people who are responsible for us have some fun in their old age. We're going to be offering dominoes. We're going to offer pool, some good Caribbean food, games, and people could come out and enjoy themselves. We also look for people who are willing to volunteer as well with the program. So, Dr. Branch, you were saying something. Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
I don't remember what it was either. I don't remember what it was, to be honest with you. What are some of the things what are New Year's, right? New Year's is coming up. We're going to talk about it for the next
Next week is the last show before. No. I'm sorry.
No, we have 2 shows. You're too excited. So tell us something that happened at the beginning of the year that you're very happy about. Let's start with happy.
The beginning of the year? Ooh.
Yeah.
New beginnings.
I'm free at last.
This
Thank
year
God.
has been a year full of surprises, new beginnings.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that's important. New beginnings, constant. You know what? Change is important. You got to keep changing. You got to keep it fresh.
You don't like change. You're stubborn.
No, I love change. Let me tell you, I love change. You don't know me enough to know that I love change.
I know you enough to know you don't like change. Please, you're Gemini. You don't like no damn change. You're
really?
Now that you know that you're both Gemini.
We change from one twin to the next.
Let me not use that word because we're talking about mental health today. So I'm not going to talk about that. Last year, I was very excited celebrating my 50th. Went to Aruba. I don't know what I'm doing for my 51st this year. I was thinking about doing a party bus, but I'm gonna.
Hell no, I don't want to be on no bus with you.
I'm a lot of fun. Right? I'm a lot of fun. I'm putting a domino table in the back. I'm telling you right now.
I'm not
You
coming.
definitely ain't going in.
No, I'm not coming. You can keep that. You can keep that.
You know, I'm not feeling Dr. Brian right now. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Bella Ivy. I love you too. Even though that's not what you were talking about, but I'm taking.
Auntie, we love you. But you know what? We want to take this time to thank our listeners for spending another Thursday evening with us at the Village Talk Show.
All right, Dr. Brian, do you have anything else to say you have about 10 seconds?
Be safe out there. Enjoy life. Check on your family, friends, and live life.
Just to help to remind everyone, just go back to cover the things that we talked about. We need you to support our sponsors so they can continue to sponsor our event and sponsor things that we do. So tomorrow, hopefully go to John's event, the community board event. Also, make sure you look at SBU and talk about the social club. We want to thank you, each and every one of you, for joining us right here on the Village Radio Talk Show. I am daily your host, John Sampson, your co-host, Dr. Joanne Bryant, our co-hostess, Andre Doman, and Sophia Willissey, our producers. God bless each and every one of you. Please continue to share, like, follow, and subscribe to the Village Radio Talk Show on YouTube. God bless each and every one of you. Enjoy your weekend.
Peace, love, and happiness. Woo! I'm out. Bye.
We all need to move over to Dr. Brian's house to go because we love the apartment.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.